Today we're going to be getting topic 13, lesson 1, and this entire topic is all about finding equivalent fractions. So if we think about the word equivalent, the word that is hiding in there is equal. It is all about finding equal fractions or equivalent fractions. So a really easy way for us to take a look at that is to use fraction strips, which we'll be using moving forward when we're actually in class. But we can also draw pictures. Now, with our pictures, we really need to understand that the size of the whole does not change. So, what I mean by that is I want you to take a look at these two pictures here. In the purple picture, the size of the big rectangle is the exact same size as the big rectangle over here with the blue fraction strips. So, if we think about a candy bar, and we break up a candy bar, we can break it up into as many pieces as we want. But the size of the candy bar never changes. The size of the pieces change, but the size of the candy bar itself doesn't. So let's use that to take a look up here at these two fractions. So the purple fraction, I have 4 pieces shaded in out of 6 total pieces. Over here, I have 2 pieces colored in out of 3 total pieces. So the explanation here says that both area models have the same sized whole. One is divided into sixths, that's the purple one, and then the other one shows thirds, which is this blue one. The shaded parts show the same part of the whole because 4/6 is equal to 2/3. So another name for 4/6 is 2/3. And I know this sounds kind of funky, but we're going to be practicing this for a couple of weeks. So with more practice, it will make a little bit more sense. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 1 here. Number 1 says divide the second area model into sixths. Shade it to show a fraction equal to 1/3. So if I split this fraction up into thirds, just like we see it first, okay? So these look very, very similar to one another, right? Well, I'm supposed to be splitting it up into sixths. So I right now only have 3 boxes. If I make a split right down the middle, now I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I am trying to get my picture to look like this one here. Well, there's one big piece hidden that we originally had when we split up that shape, and it's right here. Well, if I'm trying to focus on sixths, how many pieces are colored in? 2 out of how many pieces altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1/3 is equal to 2/6. Now we can take a look at number 2. We're trying to find an equivalent fraction using fraction strips. The red equals 1 whole, the yellow is 1/4, and then the blue is 1/8. Well, if I take a look here, I have 1/4. How many 1/8ths fit and are the same size as this 1/4? Well, 2/8. And we're going to talk about a couple strategies that we can use to find equivalent fractions when we are working with fraction strips. So let's take a look down here on number 3. Again, the red is equal to 1 whole, the pink is 1/2, and then the yellow is 1/4. So which 2 fraction pieces, when you put them together, equal 1/2? Well, 1/4 and 1/4. How many 1/4ths do I have? 2/4. Okay, I have 2 1/4 sized pieces. On number 4, it says divide the second area model into eighths. Now, eighths means that my denominator is going to have an 8. Well, let's first split it in half so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, right now these two pictures are equivalent. They look the same. This purple one is 1/2, and then I need to divide this one into eighths. Well, right now it's divided into half, so let's make this piece into 8. If I split it down the middle to make it look like a window, now I have 4 pieces. If I split it again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's split down here. 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I want to shade this figure to look like this one? Well, if I were to extend this line just like this, I am actually just going to shade this part that's up at the top. So if I do that and I shade this in, how many pieces are now colored in? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces. And then how many pieces do I have all together? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1/2 is equal to 4/8. Now, down here at the bottom, I'm actually going to introduce you to a strategy that we can use moving forward. When we are finding equivalent fractions, we can think of them kind of like a puzzle. So if we are getting bigger, we're going to multiply. If we get smaller, we're going to divide. Again, let me say that again. If our denominator gets bigger, we are multiplying. If our denominator gets smaller, then we are dividing. Okay, so let's take a look at number 5. And it doesn't work every time, but it should for a few of these. So number 5, let's take a look. 4 times what number equals 8? Well, 4 times 1 equals 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. Well, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top, my numerator. So 3 times 2 equals 6. So 3/4 is equal to 6/8. Okay, let's skip number 6 for right now, and then let's take a look at number 7. If I look at number 7, I have 2/6 equals how many thirds? Well, my denominator goes from big to small, so I need to divide. 6 divided by what number equals 3? Well, 6 divided by 2 equals 3, so now I need to do the same to my numerator. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So 2/6 is equal to 1/3. Let's take a look at number 8. So I have 4/8. 8 divided by what equals 2? 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So 4/8 is equal to 1/2. Now, you could also draw a picture for every single one of these as well, if that would make it a little bit easier. Okay, so on number 6, let's go ahead and draw a picture and see if that helps us a little bit. I am first going to draw, my rectangle is going to be the exact same size for both of my drawings. Okay, try to make them as equal as possible so that it makes this a little bit easier. My first one, I'm going to do 6/6. Well, if you have been paying really close attention to our math lesson, we know that when our numerator and denominator are the exact same number, then it equals what? 1 whole. So if I have 6/6 that are colored in, and I need to divide this into how many? 8. Okay, so if I make a little window first, and then I divide at the top, and divide again at the bottom. On this first picture, I'm trying to find an equivalent fraction. On this first picture, 6/6, I have 6 boxes, and all 6 are colored in. On this one, I would have 8 boxes, and all 8 pieces would need to be colored in. So 6/6 is equal to 8/8. Again, I do not expect you to understand equivalent fractions super well right now. We're going to continue to work on this for a while. We have about 2 weeks with this topic, so it's a little bit longer than normal. So all I want you to do right now is start to understand that fractions are equivalent. If it is easier, please draw a picture like we did for number 6. If you want to try out this strategy where if whatever we do to the denominator or to the numerator that we do to the other, go ahead and try that out too to try to figure out an equivalent fraction. We will be using fraction strips in class. I just don't have a set of fraction strips to give you at home right now. But when we get to class, we'll use these fraction strips a lot during small group and help us with some of our math facts. So what I would like you to do now, after you have watched this video, is I want you to go into EasyBridge like you're taking a math test, and you're going to see a quick check, 13.1. I just want you to try this quick check. It might be too hard for you at this point, which is okay. We're going to keep practicing. But I want you to go ahead and practice it. I just want to see what you know. As long as you do it, you're going to get full credit, but I want you to try your absolute best. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Canvas. I hope you're staying warm, and I will see you soon. Take care.